Welcome back to the Buffalo Bulls Dynasty. With a 2-2 record, Buffalo now takes on Wake Forest. And if we're going to hit our goals this season, we've got to start playing some better defense. We went down in the conference opener to Stanford, having our worst defensive showing so far. We lost our top defensive back to the NFL draft, and it certainly shows. The secondary has struggled, and the pass rush has really underperformed 4 games into the year. And the defense has basically played 3 bad games in 4 weeks. We need to get to the bottom of the issues here and start to get after the quarterback better and force mistakes. Jamal Fournette now has a Heisman candidacy because of his game against us a week ago. So 2 players that will be starting this week will be speedy cornerback Devontae Carrion, and for the first time, safety Spencer Jordan will start at strong safety. He can man up tight ends and has good range in the secondary. And we're facing a Wake Forest team today that does not have a wide receiver ranked 80 overall or above. The Demon Deacons are 3-1. They've been pretty good offensively to start the year. But my expectation is that we do a much better job defensively and start to fix these issues ahead of our biggest games coming up. Syracuse is on the schedule, David Ogbonna and the Tar Heels are coming up as well. To compete for the ACC title, we have to be a complete team. So welcome to Week 5, everybody, or Game 5. Back at home, UB Stadium is packed and we are underway. That'll be a touchback for Jimmy Sampson, will open at the 25. Kenyon Traylor has 4 touchdown passes in 4 games and still has not thrown an interception. Both losses have come in overtime. The running back on first down, that is Keenan Cleveland, and here is the true freshman. They give him some space to run, and he takes it up across the 35, and they're putting their foot to the gas here early on. Play fake now. Traylor deep downfield and hold in. It's Mike Dugans, and he takes it the distance. How about that for a start? A 2-play touchdown drive. Kenyon Traylor unloads a perfect deep ball, and Mike Dugans hauls in a career-long 64-yard touchdown to get the day started. And now it's the defense's turn. In 4 games, we've produced 5 turnovers on the year and 9 sacks. Not as disruptive as I'd like to see. Demon Deacons start in the air, and a wide open reception is made. That is a Wake Forest first down. They go no huddle, and the run to the right gets 2. Quarterback George Monk on second down. A sprint pass to his left. Corks the ball to the sideline. It's hauled in right in front of Devontae Carrion. Monk fakes, now fires downfield, and a diving grab takes them inside of the 35 of Buffalo. They're challenging the secondary, and now a nice run for running back Edward Grimes. Second down, the blitz gets there. Monk is sacked. We gotta be smart with our blitzes. Great job by Jamal Harper. And it's third down. He's going the wrong way, and he's sacked again. Larry Wheeler way back at the 46, well outside of field goal range. They weren't about to try a 63-yarder today. Here's Cleveland straight ahead, gaining 9. Cleveland has become the lead running back these last 2 weeks, but in short yardage, the go-to guy is still DeMarco Lacombo. Jimmy Sampson into the game here, and he makes the catch. In space, makes a move, and cuts it back outside. He's just a lot of fun to watch with the ball in his hands. He can make defenders miss. He's such a great, smooth pass catcher. Up to the 48, here's Cleveland. Will take it outside in game 3. Sampson returns to the game on second down. Here's McNabb on the crossing pattern. 14 yards for Buffalo. There's no deep safety here, and Sampson spins ahead. gets 5 in style. On the edge of field goal range, it's Kenyon Traylor unloading. Incomplete for Dugans. And that brings on the kicking unit, Morgan Grassmanis. Had a clean week a game ago, and he buries the long-range kick from 50 yards, and it's 10-0. An early hole for Wake Forest. 3-1 on the year. They have a conference win as Grimes picks up 9. Option pitched back, and first down to Grimes. On second down, a screen pass, and there's Carrion making the play. Hard to go out and block him. He can just run right around you or by you. Third down for Monk, extends the play, and gets the first down. Carrion almost had him short. George Monk from the 41, and running room. This is Edward Grimes working his way beyond the 50. Now they spread the defense out, and here's room to run with the reception to the 30. That's tight end Bryce Bloom. Play action, looking long and deflected. I believe that hit the underneath receiver. Otherwise, they had an open touchdown. So trying to regroup for 3rd and 7. Monk to throw. And the pass is jumped. Intercepted. Tyree Carmona. A foot race up the field. They won't catch him. It's a pick 6. 78-yard touchdown. Buffalo up big in the first half. Game of inches, man. They were so close to a touchdown that would make it a field goal game. Now they're staring at a 17-point hole. Where do you go from here if you're Wake Forest? Got to start somewhere. Grimes, he's looked good today, and now in the open field, he picks up 20. 63 now on the ground. Grimes, he's met by Jamal Harper, not much there. I think Harper's having a really strong year. On third down, Monk spins, fires into the back of his receiver who wasn't ready for it. And we go back to the Bulls offense. This is the speedy Cleveland. He wants the edge, he gets the edge, and now down the sideline. 26 yards, just like that for Keenan Cleveland. And now Sampson returns to the game. And they beat the blitz with Jimmy Sampson. He's in the open field again. Trailer over 100 yards passing. That's a 19-yard gain. And more Jimmy Sampson now. Gain of 4. 3 receivers in the game for Buffalo. And again caught by Jimmy Sampson. We're giving him more and more each week, and he can handle it. Here's Traylor now. Pocket collapses, and down he goes. That's a sack for Jared Reese. On the edge of field goal range, a long third down. Traylor steps up into DeMarco Lacumbo and couldn't get off a clean throw. So here is Morgan Grassmanis, already hit from 50. And now from 49 yards out, it is 20-0 Buffalo. Still in search of their first points. Wake Forest running with Grimes. There's Harper again. He's just such an energetic player. To the right side, and Harper there again leading the charge. Hester alongside him. Third down, George Monk under pressure, and intercepted! Picked by Devin Hester, the first of his career, and Buffalo takes over. I talked about it earlier, not enough sacks, not enough turnovers. We need to make life tougher on these opposing offenses. Just great coverage, takes advantage of an ill-advised pass. That's the first in Hester's career. And now a short field for the Buffalo offense, and it's DeMarco Lacumbo met in the backfield. Lacumbo stays in, good protector on third down, but the pressure gets there anyway, and it's going to be a quick possession. Wake Forest can't really afford for the hole to get any deeper. Play action, Monk, oh boy, going back and just throwing desperately to the Buffalo bench. Incomplete. Split backs against the blitz. Monk gonna air this out deep downfield, and it's broken up. Devontae Carrion. He was in better position than the receiver and puts a shoulder into his chest. Bulls football. This is Lacombo again. Gain of 6. 3 receivers. They fake it to Lacombo and throw a strike at McNabb. He hauls it in to the Wake Forest 39. Motion from Dugans. Here's Lacombo. 4 yards. Sampson now into the game. And he takes it outside, but doesn't have elite speed as he gets chased down. That's Lacombo motioning out, and they throw it to him now. And yeah, we're going to find ways to get him in space. Who wants to tackle him on the outside? Buffalo up to the 23 now. 6 protecting, trailer to Dugans, and that's going to be enough to move the sticks. 2 minutes to play in the first half. And a reverse going to McNabb. And not much room there. Looks like a gain of nothing. 3rd down and 8 for Buffalo. Sampson, the running back, in the pattern. And he makes the catch. Gets the first down. It is goal to go. His pass catching skills are just such a nice safety blanket. Now we can run it with Lacombo. But having trouble moving forward. Only 8 carries, 11 yards. Sampson returns. 3rd and goal. He's rolling out. And Traylor keeps it for the touchdown. Kenyon Traylor puts the Bulls up now. 27-0. 4.5 games into the year. I really like what we have in this true freshman quarterback. I think he is the total package. And combined with these 3 running backs, it gives us one of the most unique attacks in the ACC. So far, responding very well to the loss last week and playing much better defense. Still, though, we allowed 7 points in the first half of last week's game and then gave up 3 consecutive touchdown drives. So still work to do, but definitely putting the pieces together for this matchup. Wake Forest now, there's nothing left to lose. You've got to go out here and just try to make something happen, and they will on the first play. That's going to be a 30-yard reception to Lonnie Capra. Best pass of the day for the Deacons, and now a good run from Grimes, who's been very good throughout. Now Monk is going to keep and get a good meeting with Troy Hodell for a loss. Motion out the running back on 3rd down, and beyond the sticks, caught for the conversion. Pretty soft here in the secondary, and up the middle they go. Another Deacon first down. 29 yards from the end zone now. Monk off the play action, throws a strike. Down to the 12, Bryce Bloom. And again to the air. Monk to the end zone. Too much air under it. Overthrew an open man. They'll feed Grimes, and Leon Edmond brings him to the ground. 3rd and 9. 4 on the rush. Getting the pass away, and he squeezes it between 2 defenders, and Wake Forest is on the board. We have to show we can finish and play 4 quarters of good football here. Lacombo will get us 2. Again out of the eye, and this time they fake it. And here's trouble for Traylor as he is sacked. Wake Forest, they want to get back in this game. And they force a 3 and out. And they'll have this at the 23-yard line. Can they build upon the score? Ball is out into the hands of Jamerson Roseboom. Gain of 8. Fake to Edward Grimes. Monk fires, and it's too low, drilling the shin of his intended receiver. He rolls left, stops, hesitates, and that's going to cost him. Sacked by Joel Treggs. You just got sacked by a fullback. Third down and 22. Monk airs it out. Double covered and intercepted. Devontae Carrion picks it off. And Buffalo is making plays today. What a job he's done defending the deep ball. And with his kind of speed, that needs to be his area of expertise. He and Hester have both played a lot these last 2 years. And they both just got their first career interceptions in the same game. Buffalo ball grinding upfield. That's Lacumbo. On third down, we go to Sampson at running back. And the ball is too far ahead of McNabb. Very quick possessions here in the second half for Buffalo. As Fatini-Kun kicks it deep, and that's going to roll out of bounds inside the 5. We had a good sequence in a similar spot last week. Grimes now, stiff arm on Harper. Dragocevic the tackle. Grimes up the middle, it's a first down for Wake Forest. Now at the 15, there's a big running lane. Grimes a yard shy. They give it to him again. He'll take it off tackle. And a big run of 15 puts the Demon Deacons in a much better spot. Continuing to run at this defense, they keep moving the sticks. And we take this game into the fourth now. A 20-point contest. Still a very long way to go. Trying to chip away here. Monk in trouble again. He's been hesitating too much in the pocket, and there is just no time for that. That's a sack for Stephen Makovica. Third and forever. Fires outside. Deflected. Devin Hester, an interception earlier, and breaks up that ball. They have no choice here but to go for it. Fourth and 20. Batted down. And the play is made by Carmona. What an answer by this Buffalo defense. And now on the edge, it's Lacumbo, and he ran him over. There's the locomotive, his best play of the day. Buffalo at the 36 with Traylor stepping up and taking a hard hit. That's going to send on the field goal team again. Grassmanis good from deep today, but this kick stays wide right. 2 for 3 on long kicks. Not too bad, right? A 20-point game still. Makovica closes that gap at warp speed. His get-off is incredible, which is why I wonder why he's not a little more productive. Third and 13. There's Antoine Gatto. I was waiting for him all day. 6 sacks, 3 picks for Buffalo. A lot of disruption throughout the game. And now on fourth down, Monk lets this fly. Batted down. Alani Cheeseman. The safety gets in and knocks it down. And the Buffalo Bulls take over. It'll be Carlos Harms. He closes out a lot of games that go lopsided late. Here he gets the first down, and the clock continues to run. They'll have Traylor throw this ball, and Grimm unable to hold on to it. Been a weird day for the passing game. You'll like the stats from this one. Traylor now buying time, and he'll do it on his own. Well, he had some blocking downfield, too. That helps. Inside the 15, and Lacumbo through the middle, trying to create his own space. Now they motion Lacumbo out. Pass incomplete, too low for Sean Blade. There have been some misses today for Kenyon Traylor. But now a short kick for Grassmanis. No problem there. He is 3 for 4. 30-7, all Buffalo in this one. And more pressure leads to another sack. Make it 7. That was Braden Augustine, who's played more snaps today, and I don't think so. No deep ball here for Wake Forest. Third down and 20. Monk, plenty of time, only 3 rushing. Now he just chucks it deep, and it's broken up again. Spencer Jordan. Another try on fourth down. Here an open man. dropped it. They had a chance, but it just hasn't connected. The Bulls take over on downs. Arms in the open, leaps over the safety. He does it again. The hurdling champion of Buffalo with the exclamation point on another win. This is just what he does. We've seen this how many times before? Gotta love Carlos Harms. Hey, get out of my shot here. And Buffalo wins the game 37-7. That was everything we wanted to see from this game, right? You know, you can't control who you play next, but Buffalo played great today. They go and get 10 combined turnovers and sacks after those were lacking the first 4 games. We have to find a way, though, to have this kind of production, and it won't be 10 combined every week, but we have to do this now against the better teams coming up on the schedule. We were very good on third down. We didn't give up big plays. We defended those extremely well. And Wake Forest tested us downfield again and again. And we didn't give up any passes in this game that were longer than 30 yards. Now, Kenyon Traylor, his numbers were interesting. 9 for 17. We ran the ball a lot today. And receiving-wise, 4 catches for Sampson, 2 for Dugans, 2 for McNabb, 1 for Lacombo. We completed 2 passes to wide receivers in the entire game. 9 completions for Kenyon Traylor. The Bulls improved to 3-2 on the year, scoring their first conference victory. And we'll add to our recruiting class, not 1, not 2, but 3 4-star prospects. And I'm really excited because the success of this game has us now meeting the deal breaker for David Hutton. And we can now pursue this recruiting battle again. We were only averaging like 2 sacks a week. We were a D-. But then we have a game like that. The defense balls out, and suddenly we can now recruit the number 2 player in the nation again. That's massive. So David Hutton, he's coming to the Syracuse game week 9. We're going all in, and hopefully we can come from behind in this battle. We're back in it. But here are the 4 players that we did get during this week. Jamison Simon is another rangy 3-down linebacker. Doug Owen is a power rusher who I think has the strength and run defending skills to be a 3-down player. And then Marco Ferreira. Tight ends are a little tricky. You don't always know how athletic they truly are, but the receiving skills look really promising. And given he's an athlete with 87 agility, 82 acceleration, hopefully there's good top-end speed. The ongoing battles now for recruiting look really favorable. We took some losses early, but I think we're going to win a lot of battles going forward. We are also going to start recruiting a punter, and that's going to be Terrell Wimbley with 91 kick power. We're setting up some visits now, and the hard sells are pretty much all in place. But we're going to have that Week 9 game against Syracuse be a pretty critical one when it comes to visits. We currently sit with the number 11 recruiting class, and I'm pretty happy with that given how many players we lost on early. 2 DBs to Syracuse, a 5-star safety that flipped last moment. Hopefully this game creates some momentum we can carry into a game against 0-6 Pitt. I want our defense to, of course, play well again so we can stay in the recruiting battle there for David Hutton. But also we want momentum going into the Syracuse game. We'll play North Carolina soon, Virginia Tech down the road. And we play in a really stacked division. Losing to Stanford early gives us an uphill climb, so we know what we have to do. And I also saw here, this is strange. Clemson is 6-1, and they're 6-1 in conference. They didn't open the year with non-conference games. They just jumped right into the schedule. Then they'll face Notre Dame, Alabama, South Carolina toward the end, along with a Wake Forest game. So their conference schedule is almost over. And here are all the conference leaders now throughout the ACC. We aren't really performing well enough to be atop any of these leaderboards. We are running back by committee, 3 guys all get a lot of playing time, so there's a lot of rushing numbers between those players. And the passing volume isn't really, there. Defensively, we don't have anybody standing out in a major way with sacks or turnovers. Hopefully we can start to see that change. Kenyon Traylor now has 5 touchdowns, and Keenan Cleveland with 5 on the ground, along with DeMarco Lacombo. They both had the same number of carries, but Cleveland continues to be the most efficient running back. Jimmy Sampson's looked really good. I want to keep getting him a lot of carries, and I'm hoping this secondary can play more games like they did today. Pitt is next. They are winless. We'll try to keep them that way and move to 4-2. Thank you all for watching today's episode. That's another one in the books here in the Buffalo Dynasty. Leave your thoughts on the team here 5 games into the season. How can we get the most out of this team the rest of the way? Please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and the Bulls will be back again soon to continue Season 8. Have a great day, everybody.